for 10 years. And then he transitioned into coaching. So he's a full-time trainer for the last 7 years. He's, as I said earlier, done more interviews than anyone else in all of network marketing. He's done over 600 interviews with top network marketers. So he's as well connected as anyone. He has some of the best insights. Can you imagine the insights you'd have interviewing all these top earners? Continue just to learn, teach. So pay close attention. Again, raise that energy level. Even if you're tired, it's the fake it with the energy, and it will start to come. Let's give a big round of applause for Mr. Simon Chan, MLM Nation.
I'm a shy, quiet Asian kid. English was my third language. And I grew up in Brooklyn, the hood. Grew up in Brooklyn, New York. What's up? Anyone New Yorkers out here? But that's true. I'm a shy, quiet Asian kid. Always freaks me out to go on stage. And here's one lesson for you is you can't get, if you ever worry about being scared about prospecting or picking up the phone and speaking on stage, hey, you can't get rid of that fear. But leaders, they act in spite of that fear. So I'm telling you, right before I got on, I'm saying my prayers, so come on, God, give me the strength and courage, and make sure you laugh at my jokes, okay? So just to share a little few things about me. Hey, I'm from, like I said, from where? So we're from New York. We speak really fast. I say, okay, I'll try to slow down. And but I'm also very straightforward, no BS. I may say a few things, may offend you, but I just want to give you the real deal. Yes, am I allowed? Yes. All right, hopefully you won't regret that. So let me talk about we'll talk about 5 common traits of top leaders. But before I start off, my purpose, why I do what I do, is to have a positive impact as many lives as possible. I read a book, Purpose Driven Life, that got me into network marketing. In fact, that was God's calling for me. And then like 7 years ago, I became a full-time trainer. And I believe, why I do what I do is I believe everyone can earn a part-time income in network marketing. Everyone. Now, if you want to be a full-time leader, 6-figure, 7-figure earner, yes, there's going to be some personal development, lots of it for you to do. But if you want to get to a part-time status, everyone you're right now already are good enough. But you need to be consistent. Okay, and my vision, what I'm doing, my mission is to help 1,000 people get to at least $1,000 a month in the next 12 months. Okay, that's what I do. So let me take you all the way back in time. Once upon a time in 2003, seemed like a long time ago. Hopefully I don't look that old. That was 17 years ago. I'm going to show you, I know we're not supposed to, Reggie, but I'm going to show you some commission checks, income checks. I know compliance is not supposed to, but I'm going to show them to you because I bet you've never seen these type of checks before. You ready? All right. I got started and I earned a big fat donut. Okay? Big fat, why are you laughing? Come on, give me some love there. All right? Big fat zero. And I got started. I was like, hey, I researched the profession before I got started, and I started working a couple months later, and then I got a bagel. A couple months later, then I got a pancake, still zero. Then 3 months later, a big egg, zero. And then, what happened here? I ran out of food objects, but another zero. Okay, those are our struggles. If you're struggling, I know how it feels. So, another zero, okay? 0, 0, 0. I thought, this is such a great profession. I thought it was so simple. By the way, by then, I was on auto ships. I was $2,000 down the drain already. So, here was the hard way. This is what I was doing. Number one, I didn't have a daily checklist, no DMO. I didn't know what to do. I was like, we have these products, you could get customers, but what do you actually do every day? I don't know. I had no one to help me stay consistent. Here's a tip for you. When you're so overwhelmed with phone calls, my phone is ringing off the hook right there, and I got meetings packed and all that. Hey, that's when you're making money. When you're going slow, I have a lot of things to do tomorrow. this business becomes miserable, really boring. That was me. No one helped me to stay consistent. And then no one to hold me accountable, right? I like buying into my own excuses. So here's something I want you to think about. No one respects your business because you have a lack of consistency. If you're not consistent, no one's going to give you any respect because they were thinking, wow, if the business is so good, how come you're not doing it? You don't see the McDonald's owner taking a break, right? So you got to be consistent. So this is the new way. If you're stuck, by the way, it's not your fault. If you're stuck, it's because right now it's 2020. You are busier than ever. There's so much stuff going on. Just look at our phones. It's non-stop notifications, right? We are easy to be overwhelmed. There's so much stuff out there. Trainings, books to read, all good stuff, but a lot of stuff to do. More kid activities. And then we live in what they call the distraction economy, right? These companies, we're talking about using social media. It's a great tool, but make sure it doesn't hurt you. Right? These companies, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever, TikTok, they all pay. They make money when they distract you to get your time. Apple and Google, they make money when they distract you. So it's really easy to get stuck. So my turning point was someone helped me become consistent. And I'm going to share with you 5 big lessons in a bit. So let me show you. Here's the new way, right? Don't forget, prospect by your consistency. A common question people who first started ask me, Simon, how do you convince prospects? I think don't spend your time convincing prospects. You outlast them with your consistency. So the new way, you have a daily checklist. Every day, you have a list of what you need to do. If you want a demo, you can come see me in the booth. I can share with you. But I'm sure your team, your upline, they have a routine, a system every day. What are the income-producing activities you must do, right? Second, you need someone to help you stay consistent. If you're struggling with consistency, please get some help because your prospects lose respect when you're not being consistent. Third, you need someone to hold you accountable. So the new way, once I had someone to help me become consistent, I actually made my first $200 check there. Too bad you weren't there back in 2004. So eventually I built a business. This was me. I've been building online, by the way, I got started in 2003, building online since 2004. This is old day. See, I'm actually pretty old. Back in the day when those big monitors, that was me. I was on using there was no Bluetooth back then, a landline, a cell phone, all doing it all at once. Okay? Eventually built a team of over 200,000 downlines. Hey, that is just my team out in the Philippines. If you want to have fun, try to find me in that picture somewhere in there. Where's Simon? And our team was called Team Accelerate, and it was a ton of fun. I became the fastest growing distributor, 2012, out of over, I think at that time, 100,000 people, #1 distributor in our company. So, had a dream wedding. This is when I realized residual income. I got married in I achieved the rank in May of 2008, became married in June. This is, I actually live right around here, like 10 minutes from here in Los Angeles. And what's so funny about LA? What's so funny? I like her. Huh? Haas is giving me trouble already. Come on. But yeah, it was on my dream wedding. Growing up in New York, in the summer it was really hot, in the winter it's freezing cold. I always wanted an outdoor wedding. So I had my dream outdoor wedding, and I took June off, and then July, we went to Bora Bora, one of the most beautiful places in the world for a honeymoon. We took a boat, went to different islands, and it was really, really cool. By the way, how many of you have friends who, when you try to explain them residual income, they don't really get it? Yeah. Right? Don't get it. I have friends like that too. So you know how I explain it to them? It's like residual income is give you time freedom to have an 8-pack like that. Because it takes time. But anyway, then we went to the China Olympics. That was a lifetime dream, being a sports fan. We went to the 2008 Olympics in Beijing. It was really cool, being a Chinese and also being able to go there. We watched Michael Phelps in the Cube. And then, in network marketing, I started learning how to recruit, and I was able to duplicate, right? Duplication is important. Yeah. So my wife and I said, we really got to really start duplicating, right? Really work on duplication. So we're pretty good at it, right? My oldest son looks exactly like me. And my other one looks exactly like my wife, but the white fluffy one, which is my first son, we haven't figured that one out yet. By the way, he's a Bichon Frise, not a poodle. There's a website actually called IamNotAPoodle.com by Bichon Frise owners. Serious, no joke. So anyway, some of you have kids. I know how it's like. This is a typical morning. This was like taken 3 years ago. My wife was making breakfast, getting the 2 kids to school, and a baby, and I was just like, this is crazy. But network marketing is pretty easy compared to this. I actually took a picture of this. So anyway, those are my boys now. They're 9. They're almost 9. 9, 6, and almost 4. And my oldest son, Obi, by the way, Obi has a fan page. Okay, Obi has over 6,500 fans on Facebook. You can look them up, OBI. You see a white fluffy dog. By the way, that's how I learned how to do Facebook. I experimented. I had Obi as my guinea pig. True story. So anyway, that's our family right now. All right, so let's get serious to business. Let's talk about 5 common traits of top leaders. This is based out of 600 conversations I've had with top leaders I've had on MLM Nation. Probably closer to 700 now. So, number 1 is leaders, they always think in the future. They have the vision of themselves and they act in the future. Right? Most of you, if you're stuck in recruiting, if you have problems recruiting, you're stuck, it's because you're prospecting in the past or in the present. So what do I mean by that? Prospecting in the past means I never had success before. Well, why would people join me? That's prospecting in the past. All right, prospecting in the past means you have a meeting set up and you go to, by the way, you go to a Starbucks. Have you been to a Starbucks meeting before? Anyone done like a meeting in Starbucks? Have you ever had someone not show up on you? Pull a no-show? By the way, remember I'm from New York. I'm very direct. If you never had anyone pull a no-show on you, that means you just haven't worked hard enough. Okay? Because you're going to have people who don't show up. So this is what prospecting in the past means. You go to Starbucks, you're excited, the prospect doesn't show up, you're so discouraged. You're thinking of the past already. And then you forget the person next to you online. That could be your next awesome prospect. And you don't even talk to that person because your mind is stuck in the past. Or even if you want to go there, they're looking at you have a grumpy face, discouraged. It's like, why would I join you? Right? You're stuck in the past. Or you're stuck in the present. I'm not earning much enough. I'm not there yet. If I was a leader like Jessica Green, I could do well. By the way, it's like the chicken versus the egg. Which comes first? Right? You can't have results. You can't get people to join until you get results. But you can't have results until people join. People are buying where you are going, not where you are right now. So what happens if you don't have results? It doesn't matter. See, you're comparing yourself to a top leader. I want you to compare yourself to the prospect. Right? So it doesn't matter how great the prospect is. Maybe he's a CEO, a vice president, whatever. He's very smart. But he is working at a job. You are an entrepreneur. Do you agree that you're in a better shape, better position than he is? Yes? Give me a big yes. Yes or no? Yes, right? So keep that thought. Think of this. If we're in Naples, Florida right now, and if I wanted to go home, I live in Los Angeles, I want to go home, and I have a car, what's better? For me to be going 100 miles per hour in a Ferrari going east or going 10 miles per hour in a beaten up car going west? In a beaten, broken up car going west. Because why? Because I'm going in the right direction. What about this? If I want to go back to LA, what's better? To go 100 miles per hour going east? I'm going to fall off the Atlantic Ocean, or just being stuck in mud. Someone popped my tires, it's deflated. I'm stuck there, but my car's heading west. What's better? West, right? So you got to know that when you're prospecting to people, it doesn't matter your quote-unquote lack of success. You are already going the right direction. Your prospects are heading in the wrong direction. You have the power already. So every time, these are self-talk you got to say to yourself when you're prospecting people. Hey, I have the power. I have something to show them the way. So you got to be visualizing, dreaming of who you are. I remember when I was making only $100 a week. And when I go work out, I run, I'll be dreaming. Like, I'm the diamond director. I'll be earning $6,000 a week. I'm dreaming. And I'm being like, I want to get my acceptance award, who I'm going to thank, who are the leaders on my right leg, who are the leaders on my left leg, who's going to be Ruby, who's going to be God. I was dreaming about that already. I was seeing it in my mind before it happened. Right? This is the most recommended book by entrepreneurs is the book of Think and Grow Rich. You got to think and grow rich. It's not get rich and start thinking. You got to start seeing it, visualizing, acting it, being it. You got to be before you become. Some of you spend so much time like, hey, how do I convince a prospect? Stop convincing prospects. Stop being the leader that people want to join. Stop being more loving. Stop being more giving, be forgiving. Stop giving more. Don't be emotionally attached. Share more. Like, have you learned something in that last 2 days? Take that and share it on social media. Do it consistently. And all of a sudden, you start attracting better people. So number one thing, the common trait of top leaders is you have to go out there and think of the future. Right? And you act like this happened already. Not like, oh, I haven't been there. Second thing, you got to think long term. So what's long term? 2 years? 5 years? 10 years? 25 years? No, long term is past your lifetime. It's your legacy. It's the legacy you leave with your kids. What type of example? If you ever wanted, any of you ever wanted to quit? Right? If you never wanted to quit, I heard a little no there, that means you haven't worked hard enough. Okay? The temptation to quit, write this down, the temptation to quit is greatest when success is right around the corner. This business, you got to work it so hard, you become miserable and you hate it. And I regret doing network marketing. But I kept going, and that's when you have a breakthrough. See, the breakthroughs always happen after the breakdowns. You got to keep going. That's why most people are not successful. Why do the people at the top make all the money? Because they're the ones who actually went through when the times were tough. See, when things are tough, a prospect said to me, have you ever had a prospect that says, this is too hard? Or Downlines says, this is too hard. I wish it was easier. Ever had that? Right? You know what you tell them? If you want it easy, then go to welfare. That's easy. But that doesn't pay well. Anything that's easy and free and simple doesn't pay well. You want it hard. So you may go to where the big dollars are. So long term is also thinking long term to relationships. When you meet someone, never think about that person's going to be my customer or my. I used to think like that. That's why I struggled. But long term, you see, most people think each prospect, that's the destination. The prospect, the person you meet, is not the destination. They're the doorway to the destination. Meaning, if I met someone like Reggie, right? Reggie. If I met Reggie, Reggie's not the prospect, but he knows someone that's going to be the prospect. You meet someone, then they say no. Don't worry about it. Build a relationship, because what happens is they meet you, they like you, they invite you to a barbecue in the summer, 6 months from now. And at that barbecue, you just happen to meet someone else that you connect with. And that person doesn't join the business, but you become friends with them. And then he invites you to a Christmas party, and that's where you recruit your six-figure earner. Hey, that's networking. And don't ever say, I'm not Simon, I'm not good with co-market. We're all good with co-market. You know why? Every one of you are good with co-market. Do you know how I know that? Because every one of your friends at one point was a co-market. And they become more. Right? If some of you are married, your spouse, that wasn't like, you weren't like best friends, knowing each other since you were babies. It was someone you met. They were co-market, it became warm. At the same time, warm market can become cold. That's why you got to consistently follow up. Okay, you got to think long term. Every person is the doorway to the destination. And long term just means giving. A good example is MLM Nation. Probably being consistent and focused. I did a little rant today, but most people are not focused. They want to do I'm doing Facebook, which is great, right? I want to do LinkedIn now. I want to do Instagram. Now TikTok. Let's get on TikTok. It's better engagement. It could work, but the time cost to be on that. It takes time to focus. Stay focused, right? On one thing and think long term and just giving. With MLM Nation, with our podcast, we're like the number one network marketing podcast. It took us 5 months just focusing on it before we even released one episode. Okay, we have a whole team, a whole staff doing it 5 months. And even when we launched it, it took us 4 months And we did like 12 episodes a month. Right? It was 5 months. It was another 5 months, 60 episodes before we made even one penny from the podcast. But it's just being consistent, staying focused, thinking long term. Third thing, okay, we talked about number 1, living the future. Number 2 was long term. Number 3 is you have to attend events. You're all here already. You got to get your teams to events. It's non-negotiable. And when you go into the events, it's not about the notes you take. All right, I know you learned a lot of stuff, but the real big takeaway is the networking at the events. My first event, by the way, when I was building, if you didn't go to the company convention, I would not recruit you towards the end. Because why? Because I know if you didn't make a commitment to go to company convention, you're wasting my time. And my time is valuable. I want to go out there and recruit the next leader. I have no time for someone. If you didn't go to company convention, you're going to fail. You're going to fail. You're wasting my time to train you. I'd rather train and work with someone else. My first event, I remember, my mentor's from Austin, Texas. Said, Simon, you got to go to this company event. I was like, but I have no money. I'm making only $100 a month. I was struggling. I was making those donuts and bagels. I'm making no money. But you got to go. Well, I don't want to go. Well, if you don't go, I'm never going to work with you again. Don't even call or text me. He was more Brooklyn, New York than I was. Right? I was like, why? Why not? He said, you better go. So anyway, I went. It was like a long story, okay? I broke up with my ex-girlfriend at that time. The night before I went to the event, slept only 90 minutes, but drove from LA to San Diego. And actually, one of the reasons I went was, here's another thing, is I promised one of my leaders, I got some of my downlines to go, and I'll drive them to the convention. So I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, I slept 90 minutes. I don't want to even go. But I had to go because two of my downlines are waiting for me to pick them up. So I went there. The whole weekend, I don't remember a thing, okay? Because I was mentally messed up because of my girlfriend. I was sleeping in the parking lot, taking naps in the car. But I learned one thing. The one thing was at a dinner. My upline put together. I met this woman, and she asked me what I'd like to do for fun. I said, I like to work out. I asked her, what do you like to do for fun? She said, I like to ride horses. I was like, ride horses? I was like, what do you mean? Oh, we have like 3 horses. We have stables. And I was like, wait a second. Which type of people have horses and stables? Rich people, right? and I thought network marketing was just for poor and desperate, needy people. Like myself, I was poor and needed money. This woman has horses and she's doing network marketing. I was like, what? I was like, why are you doing network marketing? So she had an insurance company, sold it, made a couple $1 million. But said, I want residual income. So I'm working smarter at this time. Oh, you know what? That totally blew out of my mind. The next week, I earned my first $1,000 check because my belief in the profession changed, right? You know that event, the rest of the speakers, what they said, I don't remember a thing. All I remember was Lynn, who had 3 horses and the stables. But that's why when you go to events, it's the networking, really important. I think that's why this event has been awesome. The lunches, the dinners is really great. It's a small location, great way to meet people. Number 4, okay? Number 4 is you got to invest in yourself. But there's different levels. You're already investing in yourself. There's different levels. The lowest level is buying a book, right? Buying a book. Actually, the lowest level is to just watch free stuff, right? But that is called YouTube or Google University. That's really not efficient because your time is valuable. You read a book. You go to the second level is go to events. And the third level is you get coaching, which is the most valuable and the quickest way you can learn and grow. Okay, someone like I work with a boy in here, just in the 5 weeks, never did anything online, and now is getting prospects interested, right? Because you need to work with someone. Okay, all leaders I know, they invest in some type of coaching. Number 5, last one, the most important thing I say for last. Remember, what are your prospects buying? You. And what are they looking at? Where you're going, your consistency. Every top leader is consistent, incredibly consistent. Okay, consistency, by the way, is not something you're born with. If you think you're born with, it's very discouraging. Oh, I'm not born that way. Consistency is a skill. By the way, I was never consistent. The only thing I was consistent when I was in college, I was consistent in cutting class and playing John Madden football. I was very consistent doing that, but I was never consistent studying, working. But consistency is a skill you learn. Okay, you have to be consistent. I'm going to give you a couple tips if you struggle with consistency. Number 1 is you show up for yourself. All right? Think about this. If you're at a job and your boss tells you, hey, we have a special meeting at 9 a.m. on Thursday, what are you going to do? Are you going to show up? You're going to show up, right? Because it's your boss. You got to show up. If you say, well, we have to stay late at work on Thursday at 6 p.m. You got to have a special meeting. What are you going to do? You're going to show up, right? This was my turning point. My aha moment was like, wait a second. Like, people are showing up. I'll show up for my boss, but I wouldn't show up for my own fortune. I was like, man, that's messed up. I'm so stupid. I'll show up for my boss at work, but I won't show up for myself. That was one of my biggest aha moments. Treat your business like a job. See, our business, right? You're a business. You have two roles. You're the boss, right? How many of you like to be your own boss? It feels great. But you also have to be your own employee. And most of you, you have fired yourself already. Right? Treat it like a job. This is what you do. Take a block of time and schedule it in your calendar. Because if it's not in the calendar, it is not going to happen. I want to repeat that. If it's not in your calendar, it's not going to happen. Because life happens. There's a law called Parkinson's Law, which is everything fills into a vacuum. Right? I'll give you the two examples of that. You have a closet. You know, when you buy a new house, you have a nice, clean closet. And then what happens? All of a sudden, it's like a miracle. All type of junk fills in the closet. You have a big house. Oh, this is more than we need. But before you know it, all types of stuff fills up the house. That's Parkinson's Law. Another example is a weekend. Have you said, oh, I'm free this weekend. I can get to this. But weekend comes, and all of a sudden, you ran out of time. Because life happens. So to prevent that, you got to schedule in your calendar. If you look at my calendar, every hour is scheduled on what I am doing. Because if I don't, it just doesn't happen. So how I started, my turning point, every day at 4:30 p.m. at my job allowed me 15 minutes, I will go prospect. I'll work on the income-producing activities. 15 minutes, that's all it takes. 15 minutes. And then I got more courage, it became 20 minutes. I got a little bit better during my lunch hour. I'll schedule 10, 15 minutes. But put it into your calendar and show up like a job. One other tip to share with you. 3 ways to stay consistent. Okay, number 1 is if you're struggling with consistency, I can go on and on about this. By the way, if you want more tips about it, come see me at the booth. I'll be outside about consistency, because I think it's this thing that a lot of you struggle with. First rule is you start small. Right? I'll give you an example. If you want to be in shape, but you can't even do a push-up, you start small. And that's start with 1. Okay, you can't prospect, you're scared, start with 1, reach out. Don't, I'm going to be like a 6-7-figure earner on the phone all day. No, start 1. 1 is better than none. Right? By the way, consistency always beats intensity. Doing a little bit every day for 365 days is better than going all out for 90 days and you burn yourself out and you don't do anything else for like a week. Okay? Consistency beats intensity. Start with 1. So if you're doing push-ups, you do 1 push-up. Second rule is every day you add 1. Right? So today you do 1, the next day you do 2. So you make 1 prospecting reach out, the next day you do 2 prospecting reach outs. The third day you do 3, then you do 4, and then you do 5, and you do 6. Do you follow? Okay. Third rule is you're going to get to a point where you can't do any more at one time. So just as I schedule my 15 minutes in, it's like, hey, I can't just reach out to 20 people. I just don't have time because I got to get to work. I got to take care of the kids. I got to pick them up from school. You ran out of time. So then you split that into 2. So you get to 20. And so I can't do any more. You split to 2 groups, 10 and 10. So you do 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. And you apply those 3 rules again and again and again. And you can do that you can apply that anything in life. Exercise, prospecting, those all work. Okay? Last thing I want to share. A lot of it's you learn by doing. One of my good friends has made over 8 figures in the profession. I know books are important, right? But he actually never finishes reading a book. Don't get into the school mentality like, I got to finish. And I used to be like that. I buy a book, I got to finish it. You don't need to finish reading any book. He doesn't finish reading any books. But he reads a book, finds one good thing, he basically puts the book away, never touches it again, but he makes sure he applies that within 30 days. Okay, and then he goes to another book, picks one thing, and puts the book away, throws it away, donates it, and gives it away. It's not about how many books you read. It's not about how many notes. All those notes you take, they're worthless unless you apply it. You might as well donate and give it to someone else. It's what you apply that counts. Taking a lot of notes, that's school mentality. Entrepreneurs, you get paid by what you apply. All right? Hey, if you like this stuff that I shared, you can come see my booth. I actually have a 5-step plan. You can follow me on Facebook. For those on live stream, follow me on Facebook, Simon Chan. I'm the shy, quiet Asian kid from Brooklyn, New York. And what else? I have a 5-step plan. If you want to get a next customer, it doesn't matter where you're starting off at. I have a 5-step plan to get your next customer or rep within 28 days. And if you have a lot of experience, you'll probably do a lot quicker than that. Come see me at the booth, and I'll give you details. But hey, thank you so much. And remember, as I wrap up, this has been an awesome event. Thank you for watching. And we are in the profession to help others. So go out there, have a positive impact on someone's life today. God bless you all.